Hi, my name is Maria Lloyd. I'm the author of a book titled Words Are Wealth, and I'm the owner of a marketing firm named Opens Clicks Cash. And today I want to share a very personal story about how copywriting literally changed my life. But before I get into that, I have one quick request of you and one quick favor basically to ask. And that is, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. Now, I'm on a personal mission to help as many business owners as possible reach their first six figures in business. If that mission resonates with you, please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified when I post content. So, with that being said, I want to first just clarify exactly what is copywriting, because this term is often confused with another form of copywriting. So, copywriting, which is spelled Copywriting, is the act of writing words with the intent of selling something, right? So if I'm writing a sales email, I want you to purchase this product or this service. That is copywriting. If I am writing a speech for a politician and the politician wants to sell you on making a contribution to their fundraiser and or on voting for them when you get to the polls, that is a form of copywriting. Okay, so copywriting has one central focus, and that is to sell something. Now, copywriting spelled Copywriting differs in the fact that that form of copywriting is making a legal claim to a body of work. Okay, so when I wrote my book, I had to have the book copywritten with the United States Copyright Office or whatever it's called. I'm sorry, I'll have to put a note somewhere on the video because I can't remember what it's called. So when you want to legally claim a body of work, if you've written a poem, if you've written lyrics to a song, those will need to be copyright. Think copyrighted or copywritten. See, it all gets confusing even for me. So with that out of the way, let me just share how copywriting, as spelled with a W, has totally transformed my life. I own a marketing firm. We're named Opens Clicks Cash, and we're a team of three. I have an amazing team. Shout out to my team members. They're awesome. And so what we do is we provide some affordable resources for startups, again, with the anticipation or with the goal of helping them reach their first six figures in business as quickly as possible. But we also have a done for you service in which we work with business owners that are making multiple six figures and above, and we manage all aspects of their email marketing and their CRM marketing automation. So over the past maybe 7 years or so, I have traveled to about 20 different countries. I'm an avid traveler. I'm a globetrotter. I absolutely love experiencing new cultures. And yeah, I feel extremely fortunate that I have been to as many places as I've been to, and I look forward to visiting far, far more in the near future. With that being said, I also am an avid speaker. So I am invited to chambers of commerce or any other events that are centered around entrepreneurship and business ownership to speak to the audience about the importance of email marketing or just some fundamental entrepreneurship tips and advice. And trying to think of of course, again, as I mentioned early on, I do have a book. I'm an author, wrote a book titled Words Are Wealth. And I oftentimes get invited onto really cool podcasts to discuss my career as a copywriter, my life as an entrepreneur, and then of course to discuss Words Are Wealth. So that's who I am today. That's where I am. Earlier this year, I'm very excited to share that because of the work that my team and I have done, we were able to help a client within less than 1 year. And with a brand new real estate development project, we were able to help that client raise $500,000 on a brand new real estate development project in less than a year. So, with that being said, I want to kind of, rewind, if you will, and kind of share the past. So, I am the product of a single family household, single parent household, rather. My mom raised me on her own. My father is spending his life in prison. He's been in prison at the time of the recording of for this video. He's been in prison for over 30 years. In fact, I believe he is approaching 35 years here pretty soon. He went to prison as a first-time nonviolent drug offender. His name is Mario Lloyd. He was a kingpin in Chicago, but again, he's incarcerated as a first-time nonviolent drug offender. So by all statistics, me being raised in the South by a single mom, having a parent in prison for life, by all accounts, I should be a statistic. I should have multiple children by this point of my life. I should have been in prison or should be in prison at this point in my life. And I'm very, very thankful and very happy to share that I am not in either of those statistics. So I'm very, very grateful to my village of people that have exalted me, have poured into me, and have protected me from the things that could have led me down a completely different path in my life. With that being said, when I went to college, that is when I first discovered this gift of copywriting, which really is, when I refer to it as a gift, it truly is that. It is a gift. And I'm not sure how or at what point did people start to notice that I enjoy writing and I'm pretty good at it. But however the case, the word spread very quickly. And so I had classmates that were inquiring about having me write things for them. They offered to pay me to do this work. And so I did it. And that was a very cool experience. And it kind of snowballed into other opportunities. So I landed an internship with an entertainment law firm, in fact, two entertainment law firms in Atlanta, and I was a copy editor. So I was responsible for proofreading the contracts and making sure that there were no grammatical errors and that it was, reader friendly, I guess. So that was a very cool experience. I also landed an internship at the Home Depot's headquarters in Atlanta. And during my time there, I was able to write radio ad copy that was recorded by Steve Harvey. At the time, Steve Harvey's radio station had a relationship with Home Depot, and also Tom Joyner, whose radio station or radio show also had a relationship with the Home Depot at the time. So I wrote radio ad copy that was recorded by them and aired on their respective radio shows, which at the time had a combined audience of 16 million listeners. And I was really floating on cloud nine. I felt amazing about my life. I felt, wow, I have made it. And so after that, I actually graduated. So that internship came after I graduated from college. It came my senior year. It was a summer internship. And despite the cool experiences that I had and the successes that I had in that role, the reality is I graduated during an awful recession. And so there were no jobs available. And even the internship, they were not able to hire me on full time. And so it was a devastating blow. I floated for about 4 years. I kind of floated in and out of different jobs that had nothing to do with what I was doing, but I always stayed true to my vision of copywriting. I always still freelanced on the side. It's just that I did have a corporate job as well that may or may not have anything to do with copywriting. What I started doing in some of those roles is I would infuse copywriting into the role. So I would make sure I let my manager know, hey, I think we could do some different wording on the website here. Do you mind if I change the copy? And of course, if you're volunteering to do more work, there are very few managers who will say, oh, no, don't do that. And so it gave me a lot of opportunity to further develop my skills. And so that's what I did. Every job that I got, I always made sure that there was some kind of way that I could infuse my love for copywriting in that particular role. And that worked out very well for me long term. I quit my last corporate job in August of 2012, where I served as a marketing assistant for a senior living community. And I went freelance copywriting full time. And so this was kind of my introduction, my initial introduction to email marketing, right? So copywriting specifically for email marketing. And so in that capacity, had a great deal of success, was able to help my client at the time make 5 figures from their email list, and then later on 6 figures. So this client and I actually ended up going into business together, and we launched a business. We co-founded this business together, and we were able to earn $100,000 in 10 days. So once again, I was on the ultimate high. I felt, oh my gosh, mama, I made it. This could definitely be a way to pull my family out of generational poverty. And so that was a really great experience. I learned a ton of, lessons from that launch. And it was a really amazing experience, extremely stressful, admittedly, but an amazing experience nonetheless. Well, unfortunately, the relationship between my business partners and I started to deteriorate. And so as a result, that actually led into a very nasty and public lawsuit. And so that was a very, very challenging period in my life, because, it's very difficult to know the sweat equity and the intellectual capital that you've put into something, and to be accused of not putting anything into it is a very, very devastating thing to face. So I was forced to reckon with that for several years. And the beautiful thing is, although very traumatic experience, there were some very key and life-changing and valuable lessons that I learned from that experience. And so for that, I'm grateful. And one of those lessons was just fundamentally the importance of email marketing, fundamentally the importance of building community, and fundamentally the importance of relationships and consistency. And so that is why today I'm so proud and so thankful to be in the position that I'm in now, where I'm able to split my time between 2 countries, one of which is a home country that I was born and raised in, and the other in which I have just made my home, because I absolutely love the culture. I love the country and the people in it. And I'm just sharing this with you to say that copywriting is the fundamental skill set that has opened up all of these doors for me. I've had the opportunity and the privilege of working with celebrity clients. I've had the opportunity and privilege of working with corporate clients. I've had the opportunity and privilege of working with people abroad and people in the United States. Literally, there is no limit to your potential in terms of wealth, earning, money and income, and also, the type of projects and things that you can work on. Because if you think about it, everything that we do in business, you will need copy for it. You're going to need the words to explain and to sell people on leveraging or on using that product or that service. So copywriting really is a life-changing skill. It is something that, whether you aspire to be a copywriter full-time or not, I strongly recommend that you learn it, because it really is fundamentally a life-changing skill. And I say this as we are in the wake of a tech revolution, right? We have artificial intelligence, where now everyone believes that they are a writer, because all they have to do is plug in a few words inside of ChatGPT or any of the other AI software. And once they plug in those words, they expect magic to happen and for the software to spit out something that is really good. And let me explain to you the danger of this assumption. First and foremost, the tech is my friend. I have nothing against the technology. The reality is artificial intelligence and robotics are here. They're here to stay, and they will only become more advanced. And they're becoming advanced at a really quick rate. So that's the reality of the situation. This is not an anti-artificial intelligence video. I'm very much in favor of leveraging the technology, and I employ the technology in various ways in my business. So I just want to set the record straight as it relates to that. But if you're not a trained copywriter, if you don't know the importance of having words that are flushed when you're creating a bulleted list, making sure that your bulleted list has a flush to it, right? If you don't know the importance of having a very clear and direct call to action, if you don't know the importance of emphasizing certain phrases with italicizing the words or putting the words in bold font, if you don't know some of the fundamental things that go into copywriting, it doesn't matter what tool you use, you will not get the optimal results that you're seeking. And so that's why I still believe it is important to infuse that human element into your copy, whether you're using artificial intelligence or not, just making sure that you proofread and that you make that copy sound the way that you would communicate if you were sitting in a room with the contact who are going to receive that email, for example, or that billboard, who are going to see that billboard off the interstate, or who are going to hear that commercial, that video that you are running ads on Facebook or Instagram, right? It's very, very important. So even with the technological changes, there's still so much opportunity for those of us who are in this copywriting space. And I don't want you to become discouraged, but you do need to make sure that you learn some fundamental skills as it relates to copywriting. So if you have any questions, if you want to get an understanding of kind of how you can get started, or again, just any general questions as it relates to copywriting, please feel free to drop them in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to assist you. And always remember, content is currency and words are wealth. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like this video, and I'll see you again soon.